Schweitzer,
My name's Traeton Vetter.
and this is Uncharted Waters with KLS Ministries. KLS Ministries was founded about a year ago. We're approaching our 1 year anniversary, and we wanted to do this fun little summer segment to showcase, get to know our people who give testimonies on one intimate level. Traeton Vetter is a very good friend of mine. We met probably 6 years ago.
Yep, about
Yeah.
that.
So he's a welder by trade, hence the mess. And it was chatting with you tonight. So
Excited.
So Uncharted Waters focuses on coming to know, love, and serve a human being by listening how they came to know, love, and serve the Lord. So let's just work our way around the line. Right, give me just a good start to your story, your upbringing, and maybe how you found yourself to today.
Well, I never really grew up in a Catholic church. I was not cradle Catholic. I didn't know Christ until I was about 12 years old, and I never knew who he was. And my parents always we went to a church on Christmas and Easter, but never really knew who he was. And every every Christmas and Easter Sunday, we would get gifts and stuff, and they would ask me, "Do you know what the reason we celebrate these holidays?" And basically, I just said, "Well, Santa and the Easter Bunny," and they were like, they just started laughing, and they're like, "No, that's not the reason." So then they kind of showed me who Christ was, and I'm like, I still don't understand. So then we started going to church at New Song Church, and that's a Foursquare denomination. Or denomination, if that's how you say that. And then we would go quite often, not every Sunday, but then they kind of wanted me to go out in the youth and try out the youth group on Wednesday nights, and I started going, and yeah, and I had a really great experience in New Song Church. That's what it's called, and it was a really good experience. It got my foot in the door to know Jesus Christ.
Beautiful. So how do we get to today then?
Well, some of my friends kept poking me to go to the Catholic Church. I was in a really bad time where mental health issues, and I lost faith in Jesus Christ when I was about 16 years old, and I attempted to take my life, and I thank the Lord that He gave me a second chance to live, and I knew I needed to change something and find something and pursue in Jesus, but every time I tried, it just got worse and worse, and I'm like, I don't need it, but a few friends kept poking the bear, and I just wanted to make him happy, so I went to the cathedral in Bismarck here, and didn't know what to do. My buddy Andrew, he was the one that told me to come with him. He would ask me for almost a year, and I finally decided to go. And I went, and I didn't know what to do. I'd never seen a Catholic church before, and he was like, "Well, you can pray if you want to kneel, and I'm like, "Okay," and I started kneeling, and I prayed, and then listened to the readings, and then the priest teach about the gospel, and I was just my heart was sparked again. It was absolutely amazing, and I could feel the Holy Spirit stir in my heart again, and it was a turning point in my life for sure. So I wanted to pursue into that, and I kept going every other Sunday, and I wanted to learn more about the Catholic faith because I still wasn't sure. So after that, I went to my priest in Minokan, and right after that, I asked if I could join RCIA, and I went every Monday for about 6 months, 2 hours a day, or 2 hours every Monday, and basically went through RCIA, and then I got done with it in November of last year. and then got confirmed this February. So, and it's been an absolute amazing time. So
that's beautiful. Well, let's talk about that process a little bit. What were some of the challenges you endured? Did you ever want to give up and stop?
there is some times I did want to stop, because one of my really big challenges is my dad and my parents, because my dad was raised Catholic, and he broke away from the faith, but still believes in Foursquare denomination, and like my father. He means so much to me, and I just didn't want to disappoint him and let him down, and I was scared to tell him. So I I missed like one Monday because I had to tell my parents, and I was like, I should maybe stop, because I don't know what they're gonna think of me. But then I just prayed for the courage and strength to go tell them what was going on in my life and what I truly believe in. And they said, as long as you follow Christ, we will support you. And that meant so much to me because I was really worried that I heard stories where like some of them don't support they don't support at all. And my parents full on supported me. And that was really, really meant a lot for me.
So beautiful. Good. Very good. So it sounds like you've had quite the journey coming to know the Lord. What have been the fruits of that? How is your prayer life looking? How has God continued to show Himself to you? Now that I guess if you consider yourself on the other side, what fruits have been coming up in your life?
Well, I've noticed, like, ever since I've joined the Catholic Church, I've been more at peace with myself and more happy. Every time I'm able to receive in communion, I'm just at peace. I'm so happy. And before, when I wasn't able to receive, when I wasn't Catholic, my heart would race every time. Like it would beat so fast it felt like I was having a heart attack. And I couldn't receive. And when I receive, my heart steadies, and it's just peaceful. And I've never felt that in my life. And every time I go, the same thing happens. It's just super quick, heart beats fast, and then it's full. It's just, I don't know. It's just super amazing. I'm blessed with that.
So you'd say that you've encountered a lot of peace since getting confirmed, getting the Eucharist.
Yeah, and I feel at peace a lot of the times, but you still have your struggles.
Yeah.
Being Catholic is you struggle every day, and you can't. You're not going to always be at peace, but the only person you can go for peace is Jesus Christ, and you have to pray. And like, I always try to do at least 15 minutes of prayer before I go to bed. Just talk with the Lord. That's what I kind of do now. That's what I've kind of been doing now because, like, again, every day is a struggle, and it's not every day is going to be perfect, and it's just that's what I kind of do, I guess, for getting one-on-one time with the Lord is just prayer, and yeah.
So, with all this in mind, all that God has given you, and it's clear to see that He's given you life to walk you along this beautiful path. How do you feel called to give back to Him, to affirm your yes, by continuing to say yes to the Lord? What do you feel called to do today?
Well, I want to. That's a really hard question, but what I've always had dreams about is helping people and getting them closer to Christ. And I have a few friends that don't believe in Jesus Christ, and I always talk about it, and they don't mind it. And one person actually went to church with me at the Cathedral of Bismarck. Yeah. And he is now pursuing into it.
No way.
Yeah, he's actually going to be in our CIA soon. And yeah, and I just like want to get everyone closer to the Lord, because it's like, if you don't have anything to believe in, what's the purpose? That's what I always thought. Like, I believe in Jesus Christ, and I want to get closer to him every day, as like any time in the world. Like, I want to spend my eternity with him, and I want to try to do my best, to spend time, and because don't got much time, life is short, but you can make it worthwhile though.
So it sounds like you're doing a lot of exposing Jesus to others. I think that's the key. Have you ever had a negative experience doing that?
Yeah. Recently, actually, I was in Fargo, and I was talking about Jesus, and this girl just did not like it, and she said really hurtful things about the faith, and I just said, I'll pray for you, and that's all I could really do, because she didn't want to listen. I totally respect that, but I said I would pray for you. And she's like, okay, and then we went our separate ways. So,
Well, I admire your dedication to coming to know human person and attempting to bring Christ in their life. So, for those of you who don't know, KLS Ministries, our mission is to build up the kingdom of heaven one soul at a time by coming to know, love, and serve the Lord. And so we talked about your journey a little bit, and kind of what you feel called to do, where you feel called to take it. What do you do when you're in your lowest lows? And you don't know what to do. You don't know how to know. You don't know how to love. You don't know how to serve. How do you react?
um,
Just it's easy, because one could say, "Oh, I just go to prayer," But what about those times? I know I've experienced times where there's some of us, maybe didn't want to get out of bed, or like, well, I can say this Our Father right now, but it doesn't feel like it's doing much. How do you how do you disprove that lie?
well, it's like, for like that example, like, it's hard to get out of bed in the morning, or when I'm in that low, I try to surround myself with people that will bring me up, in a way, that will be like, hey, let's go, let's talk, and we get in these deep conversations, and we talk about Christ, and then I'm like, oh yeah, and then I'm a lot better talking about Jesus Christ with my best friends, and that's pretty much what I kind of do when I'm feeling low, and it's sometimes a struggle, and some days you don't want to get up, and you don't, but then you got to try your best to do it, so then you'll feel better, So,
So having support systems is key.
yeah. Yeah, it's definitely one thing I definitely recommend. Having that support behind you, and if you don't know where to go, find 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 help.
How do you find help?
Um,
How did you find your
well, I found it through friendships, and yeah, mainly I would say mainly friendships. I found that, So, uh, yeah.
well?
Whoa.
And we're entering some uncharted waters here with Traeton Vetter. No, I want to thank you for being a part of this mission. I don't know how far it's gonna go, but we went far tonight. We dove deep.
Oh yeah.
Pun intended. So if you like this, give us a thumbs up, drop a comment, share it with your friends, and thanks for listening. Bye. God bless. Dive deep.
Dive deep.
You.
Oh,
Come back. Oh, it's so cold. Oh.
Me first.
Jerk.